Hey there, thanks for checking out our Patreon page. I'm going to do a quick little walkthrough of my studio area where I sometimes broadcast from when I can't make it over to Lazy's house to do the podcast. And I got some cool gear I feel like showing off, so come along with me. By the way, be sure to check out the Long Rubber Glove podcast on YouTube, Spotify, or most places where you can hear or watch podcasts. With that, let's go. Alright, so we're going to start with the amp wall, where I keep some Christmas presents that I get from the kids, and my amps, and honestly I'm not a pedal box collector, but it kind of helped with the spacing. It looked kind of weird without it, so plus I needed it mainly because I needed this box to hold this guy up. But that being said, we've got the orange Micro Dark. And then down below we got the SLO Mini, which is the Soldano. This thing's incredibly loud. I've had the chance to take it to a friend's house, put a nice big 4x12 cab and crank it. And it'll make the eardrums bleed. Got the Friedman BE. And then the way I personally run it is I go the Pod XT and then I go line out of that into the amp that I want to use. And I mainly use, you can see on this, I've got the amp selection is off, so no amp, and that's because I essentially just use it for as a pedal board essentially. So I get my reverbs and delays and everything. Got the orange amp for when I want to practice without running through the DAW. First amp I bought, and then every one of these amps runs down via a speaker cable to the captor. Captor runs line out to the DAW, or the interface, I'm sorry. And then I got a GNX 3 from Digitech, and that's just first pedal board I bought when I got back into doing music again. And then we've got the guitars. Got the Squire. Yes, I know it's a Squire, but it is the top of the line version, so it's like $600. It's a Strat. It's got sunburst finish, which is sweet. It's a humbucker single coil, and it plays like a Strat. Pickups could use some work. I'm going to replace those probably in the next couple months. Probably start with the humbucker and then do the single coils at the same time. Got the Ibanez Geo, which is one of the first guitars I bought. Got the Dean 7-string Avalanche, which is an amazing guitar. I love this guitar. I really like the headstock on it. The only problem with this guitar is whatever wood it's made out of, because it's such a great tone, is heavy as fucking balls. And then we got the Jackson 7-string, the Ibanez acoustic that unfortunately I put some cheap pegs in, and when I went to restring it I broke two. I've never had a guitar where I've even broke one until this, and then I did it dose times. But I'm gonna drill those out and get this thing restrung up as soon as the strings get here from Guitar Center, Sweetwater. And this is the woman's guitar. I bought her this when we first got together, and she wants me to restring it. Alesis Nitro Pro with kit extension and double bass pedal. So, yeah, just your basic E kit, which I run MIDI out of These are just the kit extension cords, so I just run strictly MIDI out of it. I don't use the sounds unless sometimes I do plug the headphones in. And then we got my Epiphone acoustic, which is looking kind of brown, but I assure you it is a beautiful red finish. Got the gaming headset with the PlayStation, some controllers, and then sitting on top of where I normally keep my books, and got this little guy Snarf. And then junk drawer for strings, stuff like that. See if I can not startle Snarf. You can see some string bags in there. And then again, that's where I keep manuals, books, kind of like how-tos and whatnot. And this is the tool crib kind of thing. And I've got a Kai MPD beat pad that I'm giving to a friend, so I need to get that out. Another photo light. And then got the photo drawer, junk drawer, audio drawer, so there's exactly what you'd expect to find in there. Dunlop wah pedal, because every guitarist has to have one. The Spider 3 HD 150, 150 watt amp on a mic stand. I did forget this guy. We love this guy. Goku's awesome. Alright. And then working our way around, we got the Arturia. This is the Keystep Essential 49, which I use as my MIDI controller. Got some weights for when I got nothing better to do. Sustain pedal. This, although it's multifunction MIDI, I do happen to use it just for one program, and that's because if you look right here, this corresponds with this. Now I can select instrument patch here. Focus. So we'll go with that. And you'll see it has changed. And then all of these are MIDI paired already to the program because Arturia makes Keylab, so they're integrated. And then moving on, we got the Arturia Microfreak. Like I said, everything is touch to play. Don't have to worry about patching or anything, everything's set up. So yeah, I've got the Microfreak, which is a newer one, but I do like this keyboard. It's fun not to use the MIDI controller on it because it's really interesting. And the aftertouch, yeah, so still learning how to use the aftertouch. But then below we have the Arturia, in case you aren't sensing a pattern here. We got the Micro Brute. Get some pretty good subby sounds. And then we've got the fader port, single track. So this is really cool. We'll click on a track here and watch as the fader is automated. Ooh, look at that. So, drives my cat crazy, but that's okay. It's very good for automation, and it gives me a fader to do automation with if I feel like not programming. Next we have the Behringer Grind, which is a single oscillator synthesizer, but it's got a digital oscillator, so you can select a model of oscillator, and then it also has a couple of accompanying banks, which are some presets, and then it's semi-modular, so you get to do the patching of a Euro rack kind of synth, which is fun. And it's a pretty cool one. And then we got water, which I highly endorse. This is my monitor controller right here. Come on, focus in. Bluetooth or PreSonus monitor controller with Bluetooth. What I like about this controller is The only downside is it doesn't have AB. It's only for a single source, but you can cut the sub, so that is very useful. And then we're moving on to the Behringer Crave, which is another semi-modular synth. This one is a analog oscillator running into analog signal chain, so get some cool sounds out of that. Moving on to the Arteria Mini Lab. This is got cat hair everywhere. This was the second MIDI controller. I got a cheap one off Amazon, which Lazy has. This is the first quality MIDI controller that I got, and I got this from my woman for my birthday, which was cool. We happened to be stopping at Guitar Center for something unrelated, and we saw this, and she asked me if I wanted it for my birthday and got it for me. So this is how I control all of the gear. So everything except for Analog Lab. So all my hardware though, the 4 cents that are hardware, 5 cents actually, which we'll get to soon. But so right now I'm on one synth we haven't seen yet, which is the Behringer Farah O Mini. So we'll go to so we want the Behringer Crave, and then we could do Grind. So yeah, and then I have to go through still, and some of the functions on the the synths can be patched MIDI, so gotta do that still. And then moving on, we've got the Arteria Drum Brute Impact, which is my drum machine, and that is pretty cool. We got individual, so you can control the decay, which kind of shapes your it's your length. So do a long decay, just lingers around, or you can do a short decay, just real quick, and then pitch. Snares are the snare and clap. They share the same channel, but you can shape them individually, which is cool. The hi-hat though, I'm not crazy about the hi-hat here. So hi-hat, actually, you can shape the tone on the closed hat, but you cannot do that on the open hat. So they're pretty close, but sometimes I like having a different pitch on my hats, my open hats. So, and then we come down, we've got there's bad lighting because I like to practice DJing when I'm sitting, but this is the Newmark Mix Track Pro Effects. I went with this one because it's more conducive for scratching, which is kind of what I'm more into. So learning how to scratch, and it's pretty cool. Pick case, pick's ready to go. And then this is that synth you heard earlier, Farah O Mini. Not bad for $100. Got this for when I'm working with Presonus's Impact. It's a MIDI controller, and it's also functions well. It's designed to function within Studio One. And then we've got the BeatStep Pro for when I want to do live jamming. I got the Presonus Aries 4s. It's my current studio monitors. I just run a TV for my main monitor because I'm blind. I need something big. Decorated with Gogeta, Vegeta, who's my favorite, and Goku. And then we got guitar exercise things, extra glasses, MIDI cables, and I run a Presonus 1824i interface. Below it is the Presonus Studio channel, which is how I run my vocal mic, which is this guy right here, just a cheap vocal mic. But this studio channel is essentially a channel strip, so it's got preamp, it's got compressor, and then it's got an EQ. You can bypass both the compressor and the EQ, which is cool. I usually bypass the EQ when I'm running bass and use the compression, and then change the compression when I'm running vocals. EQ. Below it I got another Pod XT Pro, which I got from my boss last summer, which was awfully nice of him. Came loaded with all the pre-patches. And then moving over, we got the Lintech, which is essentially Lindell Audio's Pultec. There we go. Super awesome EQ for kind of just making things shine a little bit better. Below we got the 1176 clone, also by Lindell Audio. Camera holder for when I'm not doing this kind of thing, when I'm doing live streams. Got the DBX 215. I believe everyone who does any kind of studio mixing or has any kind of live sound gear has got this. It's an excellent little EQ. On top of it's the surge protector. Photo backpack with all my lenses. Ibanez bass. Almost forgot the pedals. So the Pharaoh runs into a distortion pedal, into a modulation pedal, which does multiple modulations, phaser, chorus, flanger. Just gotta select it with the knob here. Tremolo, the delay, and then the reverb. So a typical signal path that I'd use on my guitar, I also use for my synths, and I can always pop one in and pop one out. As of right now, I've got the Pharaoh on there, but I could change it to any one of the synths. The only thing is I've got all the synths running directly to the interface, and then in the DAW I can use my reverbs and delays and things of that nature that I pay so much monthly for from UA Audio. And finally, to wrap this all up, the Mackie Pro FX 16. Alright, so thanks again for coming and checking this out. If you're watching this on Patreon, thank you for becoming a member. And if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to check out our Patreon, Long Rubber Glove Podcast. Thanks again for coming by, and we'll see you on the next episode.